is Rachel and welcome back to my channel, and I'm currently here at the beautiful Stanley Park. As you can see, it's autumn and the leaves are changing colors all around me, and I just wanted to film outside to take you along with me as we experience fall together. In today's video, we'll look at the case of Clifford Westwood Drakes, an international student who was given a leave of absence but had his postgraduate work permit application refused. Most students have their own reasons as to why they need time off, such as low finances, health problems by the student or a close family member, low performance in academics, difficulty in adjusting to life in Canada, or other personal reasons. With that, we'll dig deep into what happened and what we can learn from this case. To kick things off, you must know that international students can be eligible for a PGWP if they meet certain study permit conditions. One of these conditions is to maintain your legal status in Canada by actively pursuing your studies. This means you must maintain full-time student status. However, there are two exceptions to this rule, which are the following. One, you can study part-time during your last semester, or you're on an authorized leave of absence. So in this video, pay close attention to these two exceptions and how it applies to this case. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So here's the story of Clifford. Clifford was an international student taking up seminary at the Canadian Southern Baptist Seminary in Alberta between September 2016 to December 2020. The school is a DLI, and Clifford's program was PGWP eligible. In spring 2018, Clifford's family was faced with some financial difficulties, making it hard for them to sustain their son's tuition and living expenses. This resulted in him applying for a leave of absence, in which the school granted. However, during his leave of absence, he carried on as a part-time student and completed one class. Eventually, he finished his program on December 31st, 2020 and sent in his PGWP application on March 13, 2021. Unfortunately, not even a month later, on April 9th, 2021, the immigration officer refused the student's PGWP application because he had studied part-time during his authorized leave of absence. In his GCMS notes, the officer stated that the applicant engaged in part-time studies in the spring of 2017 and 18 beyond the allowable part-time exclusion of the final semester. I'll give you guys some time to digest that info. Just imagine how harsh immigration can be for that one small action. This student literally took up one class, guys, at one of his semesters during his leave of absence. So what happened next? Well, Clifford then appealed the decision at the federal court, and this is what he argued that thankfully made the judge side with him. But before that, if you are finding value in these case studies, do me a favor by liking this video and leaving a comment below. So as a refresher, let's bring up this statement found in the GCMS notes and dissect the visa officer's comment. I'll just post it on the screen and you can pause and read it at your convenience. As you can see, the notes did not say anything about the authorized leave of studies. And as mentioned earlier, a leave of absence is one of the exceptions to the rule of maintaining full-time studies. This implies that the officer did not even look at this crucial piece of evidence while making a decision on Clifford's PGWP application. Moreover, the student argued that he took the one course during his authorized leave of absence to satisfy his other study permit condition, which is actively pursuing his studies. So with that said, the judge agreed with Clifford and was allowed to engage in part-time studies during his LOA, as this is one of the exceptions to the full-time studies requirement. And because of this, the student is still eligible for a PGWP. In the end, the immigration officer's decision was overturned, and the student's PGWP application will be redetermined by another immigration officer. But I'm pretty sure that Clifford received a positive decision on his PGWP. So, what can we learn from this case? Number one, Clifford did the right thing for getting an approval for a leave of absence. If he had not done this and taken that one class, he would have been considered a part-time student, which meant that he didn't meet one of the exceptions mentioned earlier. And so if he had applied for a PGWP afterwards, his application would have most likely been refused. Number two, Clifford abided by his study permit conditions during his authorized leave of absence. This is crucial since your study permit conditions require you to fulfill certain things. For example, you're not allowed to work both on or off campus during your leave of absence. Doing so will be considered a breach of your study permit conditions and can result in you being barred from applying for a PGWP for 6 months. Finally, number 3, keep meticulous records of everything. The leave of absence document was the most crucial piece of evidence in the court proceeding. Without it, the student wouldn't have much of an argument, and so you'll always need supporting documents to prove your claims. This is why, number 1, have your documents in one place, and second, keep them in an organized manner because you never know when you may need it, especially if you're applying for any kind of Canadian immigration application. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you learned a thing or two from this case. Did you guys ever experience something like this? Let me know because your insight could be the light that shines the way for other students navigating their journey to Canada. Thanks again for watching. Be safe and be kind. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!